Well, joining us now from occupied East Jerusalem is Bjorn Brenner. He's a lecturer at the Swedish Defence University, as well as the author of the book Gaza Under Hamas. Bjorn, thank you very much for joining us now. Let's start off with the recent events. We've seen in Yolo's news story, and it's no secret that Qatar does share a close relationship with Hamas. Much of its senior leadership is based there. Do you think that the recent crisis in the Gulf region could put some sort of strain or put that relationship into jeopardy?
Well, it will definitely affect Hamas. The question is just how it will affect Hamas. And it will also, of course, affect the people of Gaza. And we see now a Hamas that is more isolated than ever before. As we know, it was isolated by the international community after its electoral win in 2007. But it has not been less, but actually increased. And now we're at the highest level at all time. So it remains to be seen how Hamas will respond to this. Mm-hmm. Will they try to channel the problems in Gaza and channel it outwards in a conflict with Israel, or will it try to do something else? But it's definitely in a very, very difficult situation now.
What do you think they'll do?
Well, I'm not so sure that. So many analysts say that the most likely is that there will be an escalation with Israel. I'm not so sure about that. We have to remember that in Gaza today, the destruction of the 2014 war is still there. It has not been rebuilt. So I think, a war now for the people of Gaza is very unpopular. It's not something that anyone wants. And Hamas also has not rebuilt its infrastructure since the war and has not replenished its arms. So I think it's unlikely with the war at this time. Rather, Hamas might cave into the demands of Fatah, of what Fatah in Ramallah is wanting them to do and to cooperate.
Okay, Bjorn, let's broaden this out a little bit. You were talking about a possible escalation with Israel. Now, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that, quote, everyone has a right to live on his home with no one uprooting him. Does this right seem to extend to Palestinians in the occupied territories in light of Netanyahu vowing to strengthen Israel's settlements there?
Well, so I can only comment on the situation in Gaza, and the situation in Gaza now is dire. It's a very difficult situation for the people there. In terms of humanitarian needs, in terms of restrictions of movement, and I think the name of best describing the situation there is complete hopelessness about the future. And I'm sorry to say, and unfortunately, I think what we're seeing also is another 10 years of the same situation. Nothing looks as if it will change, as I see it.
Right, Bjorn Brenner joining us live from occupied East Jerusalem. Thank you very much for joining us here on TRT World.